Hey everybody, I promised you yesterday that I would do an unboxing of Hungry Harvest. So I'm Hester and I write recipes for plant-based-instant-pot.com and healthy-slow-cooking.com and a lot of other recipes too. So if you've seen some of, or I guess the two Misfits Market unboxing that I've done, let me have a disclaimer because this is a little bit smaller box and this is a conventional box. So with Hungry Harvest, this is the full harvest conventional, and you can do a super harvest. So they have 3 sizes, whereas Misfit Market has 2. So that's one thing to know. Another thing is you'll notice that this isn't taped up like it was before, or like Misfits Market was yesterday. And that's because this gets delivered by one of their delivery people, okay? And it's still packed pretty well. It doesn't have the frozen things on them because it's not traveling for as long. Move that away. And let's go look on top of it, right? Here we go. Okay, so this box is smaller than the other one. Hi, Miss Jeanette, and hi, Brandy. We've got more radishes. These still have the greens. The greens aren't quite as nice. There's a few little, with any of these Misfit or Hungry Harvest or any of these leftover saved vegetables, you could have some things like this. Some of these greens are still perfectly usable though. And I talked about yesterday one of the things that I would do with radishes because I used to eat them raw growing up, but it kind of upsets my stomach. But if you roast them, they become much more mild and almost kind of a buttery texture. It's really delicious, just mixed in with other roasted vegetables. Or actually, I've done them on pizza too. I will take out some of these greens that I don't think are worth saving. And actually, if there aren't a whole lot, just because I got 2 giant bunches of radishes yesterday, I may not save these greens because these aren't as good. But what I'll do is put them out for the deer to eat. That's another thing that I might do. Okay, so we've got radishes. I have a head of butter lettuce. It's a small head, but it looks yummy. And Cheryl was hoping for some salad, so that's good. We've got 2 zucchini, and I showed you some of the marks yesterday of that. So that's just like a little scratch, and there's a little dent. And that's just going to happen with these. It's not really a big deal. What I'll do is just probably peel these parts off, and that's it. Ta-da! Ooh, 2 avocados. Now, also, the Misfits Market baskets or boxes that I've been showing you have organic food and they're a bigger size. So if you're just coming on, know that. Okay, we've got that. I am going to move this to the side like I did last night and show you some of the rest. Here we go. Okay. So far what we've pulled out are radishes, 2 avocados, 2 zucchinis, and a small head of butter lettuce. And the box for Misfits Market is $35 and then $4.50 shipping. This is like $25 and $2 shipping because this is the middle size. If you go up to organic, you also do a charge. I think it's like $10 more for organic. So some little bits and pieces of portobello mushroom, and these have come in a couple of times. Let me let you see those better. And they're still good. They're just like ends of like where somebody sold sliced portobello mushrooms, and I'm just going to chop them up. One thing that I love to do when I get mushrooms in here, or I can find on sale mushrooms at the grocery store, is I go ahead and slice and or chop them up. I mince them up a lot because I'll use them in spaghetti sauces and things like that. And then if you're mincing them, you can just freeze them in a 1-layer bag. If you're slicing them, I actually put them on a cookie sheet and put them in the freezer for a little while and then put those in the bag. But they last for months that way. Whereas if I put that in the fridge right now and I forget about them, I'm going to throw them out. So that's one of the first things I do with mushrooms. Ooh, and I found another avocado. So that's 3 avocados. We have some really beautiful big red pears. Let's see how many we've got. You can, with this company, get just a vegetable box, and I get a fruit and vegetable box. And I think we've got 5 big fat red pears. And red pears tend to be the more expensive pear. Here's another little tiny piece of lettuce. I'm going to save that lettuce because we're probably going to eat it tonight. I've got 5 apples. And they're just kind of small, perfectly lunch-sized apples. And here's the straggler. And then we have 3 big cucumbers. And honestly, there's almost nothing second. I'll show you this. Sometimes they will send you things that have like just a little bit of discoloration. There's nothing wrong with that. It grew this way. So, and the rest are really just perfect. Okay. Try and get it so you can see. I've still got 4 plums. So this one was definitely fruit heavy. And I'm not sad for that because the other one was not fruit heavy. And I can always use the fruit. Okay, and with the avocados, okay, let's talk a little bit more about this. I want you guys to be able to see. There we go. So again, I said this was a smaller box, right? The other one was kind of overlapping. And so that, cucumbers so good for you, says Jeanette. Yes, they are, and yum, avocados. So there are a couple things with avocados that you may not know. What we all know is they're not ripe, and then they're ripe for 10 seconds, and then they're overly ripe. It'll slow down the ripening process if you want to put 1 or 2 of these. Since I have 3, I'm going to probably leave 1 out to ripen and put 2 in the fridge, which slows them down a little bit. It won't slow them down indefinitely, but it makes it a lot easier to catch it before it goes bad. Also, we could peel this, cut the avocado in half, and freeze the halves of avocados. You can do that as well. I tend to just do the refrigerator method, but there's nothing wrong with doing that. Let's see what else we have here. With the zucchini, if you wanted to freeze the zucchini, you could go ahead and shred it if you were going to do like zucchini pancakes or zucchini bread, because now's the perfect time actually to go ahead and shred a bunch of zucchini while it's still coming in for presents for Christmas. With the apples and pears, you could poach them, you could cook them in your Instant Pot, you could make like a crumble in the air fryer or the oven. These plums are probably just going to get eaten because I love plums. And also, some pears ripen faster than others. And so I try to keep my pears where I can notice them really easy. The cucumbers, what I'm probably going to use these for besides salads is I like to go ahead, honestly, if I'm hungry and I want a snack, I peel the cucumber and I eat it. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but I like the crunch because sometimes in a plant-based diet, you know, I don't always get enough of that crunch that I enjoy. So I like that on cucumbers. You can also go ahead and put them in little sticks and serve them with some hummus or another bean dip, and that works out really well. You could do the same thing with the zucchini. I went ahead in talking about this video. I posted a link where you can get $10 off of Hungry Harvest, and I wanted to show you the interface on it because I think I can screen share. So we're going to try that. It's going to be very exciting. So this is just kind of talking about these upcoming deliveries, right? And so This one was coming for Saturday, November 9th, which was today. It gave me an idea of what was going to be in here. And I don't know if it'll let me see the edit anymore. Nope. And I don't know if I can see the next one, but it lets you decide not to get some things. And that can be kind of helpful. Get back here. And usually until they give you the list, you can't see anything to edit it. Oh, customize bag. This is where it would go. So once they put in what's coming in, you'll see this on the list. Whereas, let me look up Misfits Market. And it already knows who I am, so let's see, it has my account. So let's look at shop boxes. So there's the Mischief and the Madness. And Mischief is the smaller box, and you get 10 to 13 pounds of vegetables. And that's really equivalent to the Hungry Harvest one that we're seeing right now. You can get it delivered every week or every 2 weeks. We can also, oh, that's not what I want. I want the Madness. That's what I get. And it's 18 to 22 pounds of fresh and organic mixed fruits and vegetables. So if we go back to Hungry Harvest, they have mixed harvests. And so like there's a mini, a full, and a super. And this is conventional. And they're very clear about what's conventional and what's not. Then they have organic harvest. They also have just veggie harvest if you don't want any fruit, and it's a mini. And with this, so if you get, at least in the area I'm in, if you get $30 worth, you don't pay a delivery fee. And I'll show you where you can get some of that too. And here's the organic harvest. And so they have the same 3 sizes. And let's see, the full organic, does it say, it gives you a little bit of information. Okay, and they also have some things in the marketplace. Yeah, always fresh, sometimes normal. I like that. So obviously some things on here aren't vegan, so but like mystery herbs, it truly is mystery herbs. I've gotten it before, and sometimes I've gotten rosemary, sometimes I've gotten thyme or basil. They have limes right now. Let's see what they have. Do they have cranberries? I'm thinking. Nope, not yet. Recurring, and each one usually tweaks things. So some of these you can get any other time. And let me go back to talking to you guys. That was exciting. That was my very first screen share. Hopefully seeing how they look on the computer and the ordering choices you get, and each one is different. So when I was using ungraded produce, which merged with Hungry Harvest, you couldn't pick any, you just got magically what you got. And that's kind of what's happening right now with Misfits Market. They will send you a long list of things you could be getting. And because they're spread out, they tell you you're not going to get everything on this list, but these are the things that could be in your box. And so that's nice. And Kathy Cross said she doesn't understand why organic costs more when they literally cost less to produce and not buying pesticides. Not being a farmer, I can't completely answer that question, but there is much more physical labor and laborers required to upkeep organic gardens, and it's actually kind of expensive for them to file the paperwork and do all the inspections and things. So that's what I've been told by farmers. Obviously, I'm not a farmer. And also, when you're growing organic produce, sometimes you're more likely to have some losses as well. And so the farmer does need, the farmer's trying to do good by us and make organic produce. So therefore, we want him to pay his mortgage and and send his kids to college, just like the conventional farmer. But that's kind of what you should talk to your local organic farmer if you want to get more information, because I just have little bits of conversations of me talking with farmers. Let's see if there's any. Okay, and there's different sizes. So what I was saying, so Hungry Harvest, you get to pick a couple of things that are never vegetables or fruits. And so my never is grapefruit. If I got a grapefruit, I would just put it in a vinaigrette or a stir fry or a marinade or something. But me personally, I probably eat one grapefruit every 3 years. They're just not my favorites. I love orange. I love all other citrus fruit. So you do get to say things like, I could have said no radishes, and these radishes would have been replaced by something. Also, maybe later on in the week, I'll screen share so I can show you, once they make that list of produce on Hungry Harvest, and it says, you know, kind of edit your list, it'll show all the things that you're getting for an extra $2, I think, or $1.99 or $1.50. I can change. So like maybe they want to give me 6 heads of lettuce, and I know I can't quite go through that. And instead, I would rather have tomatoes or mushrooms or something like that, so I can trade it out and even it the way I want. And usually at the bottom of that list, they have a few things that weren't included in the regular list that I could also get in addition to or instead. But that's the only time you pay that upcharge. Brandy says she's not a fan of grapefruit either. And there's nothing against grapefruit. And if you like it, I am happy for you. It's just not my favorite. I like a lot of things. And it's okay to have 1 or 2 things that you just decide you don't want. A lot of people would say radishes because they're not roasting them. So, or also we've seen them too long in little iceberg salads, I think, for my personal taste. Do you guys have any questions? And again, this is smaller than the Misfits Market because it's just a different size box. The Misfits was organic. This particular one is conventional. I will try and get an organic one in for you. The reason I got two days in a row is honestly because I wasn't going to get this one and I forgot to opt out. So I figured it was the perfect time to go ahead and show you. So whatever, you may not have Hungry Harvest or Misfits Market in your area, but you're going to have something that rescues produce or takes things like, finds some producer that slices mushrooms. And so when you see those beautiful sliced portobellos, the ends have to go somewhere. The broken pieces go somewhere. And this is a way of rescuing that produce and having it just not get thrown out, because obviously from yesterday and today, there's plenty of amazing food. And I'm pretty much getting all my vegetables this way right now. I go to the farmer's market a little bit, but this is really nice, convenient. It comes right to my house. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If there's something you want to see that I'm not showing you, let me know that too, okay? Have a great week and weekend, and let me know what you're making, okay? Bye.